Renner has trained with both of them. He said there's going to be an early storm by Chimaev, but he believes Dricus can sustain the storm, and each passing minute favors Dricus. Now, what he's talking about is conditioning. If you asked me about that fight 2 years ago or a year ago, even 6 months ago, I would have quickly dismissed it and told you Chimaev. I would tell you Chimaev every single round. But I don't feel that way anymore. I feel and I'm seeing what other people are feeling and seeing. The greatness of Dricus, it is something that is now not only witnessed, but recognized.
Khamzat Chimaev is a force of nature, and he only knows how to fight one speed, and that's why people really enjoy watching this guy fight. He goes forward, he's a straight up killer, he's looking to take you down, do damage, knock you out, squeeze your head off. Whatever it is, he's trying to do damage right from the opening bell.
MMA pros have just shared their shocking insights on the upcoming fight between Khamzat Chimaev and Dricus Du Plessis. Robert Whitaker said that although Khamzat Chimaev's early takedown pressure is a major threat, Dricus Du Plessis has the kind of toughness and determination that could help him survive the early storm. He sees Du Plessis as someone who won't go away easily, even when under heavy pressure, and if he can push through the early rounds, there's a real chance he could shift the momentum and take over the fight as it progresses.
Khamzat and DDP, the next fight. Who do you think is going to walk away as the champion?
I can't see anyone really stopping Chimaev's takedowns. Like, his takedowns are so hard to stop. It's super high level. Can DDP drag it into those later rounds? Can it get through the first grappling exchanges and then start to capitalize on his just like persistence, like doggedness to go away? Honestly, if Chimaev can't get DDP out of there, DDP wins. DDP wins almost every fight. You can't get rid of him, right? Because he's like mold, dude.
Luke Rockhold hinted that a potential fight between Chimaev and Du Plessis would come down to whether Dricus can survive the early pressure. He sees Chimaev as someone who overwhelms opponents early with relentless grappling and control, but believes Du Plessis has the durability and late round strength to flip the fight if it goes long.
It's not always about the most technical guy, you know, it's the guy who wants it more. And
how do you think he fares against Khamzat?
I think Khamzat is a go for broke kind of guy. Khamzat, if he can't out wrestle you, he can't control you in that fierce state of direction of what he does, you know, I think he'll break. Khamzat will get him if he'll get him, but if he can't get him, it's going to be a hard third, fourth, and fifth round.
Right.
I think that's going to be all Dricus.
So if it goes into the championship rounds, you like the champ?
Yeah, 100%.
Michael Bisping said that Chimaev's best chance is an early finish, but warned that Du Plessis is in top form, improving with each fight, and coming off major wins over Strickland and Adesanya.
And I'm telling you, he's going to try and finish Dricus Du Plessis straight away. And that's his best bet. Now, Dricus Du Plessis, this man's on fire, right? He's 23-2 overall. He's on an 11-fight win streak. He's got 10 wins in the UFC. And of course, this will be his third title defense. He beat Sean Strickland by unanimous decision. He choked out Israel Adesanya in the fourth round, and he took the belt, as we know, in a close split decision victory over Sean Strickland way back at UFC 297. But they always say when you become the champion, you get 30% better. This man is improving all the time.
He also cautioned that Du Plessis' grappling is underrated, and if Chimaev expects an easy submission, he might be surprised. Bisping noted Du Plessis' strength, skill, and steady growth make him a serious challenge.
And just take down Dricus Du Plessis and just choke him out, right? Like he's some schmuck. Like he doesn't know what he's doing. Like he's not someone that choked out an entire black belt jiu-jitsu team one after the other. Then I think Khamzat Chimaev will be in for a rude awakening. Now, of course, since Khamzat Chimaev moved up to 185 pounds, he's looked phenomenal, okay? The way that he destroyed Robert Whitaker, that was so impressive.
Jamal Hill said that he's leaning toward Du Plessis due to his cardio, strength, and unpredictable striking, which have consistently surprised him. He also pointed out Chimaev's tendency to fade late, but warned that his grappling remains a dangerous threat.
I probably favor DDP in that one, just for the simple fact of I've doubted this dude so many times now, and he's shut me up bad every time. It may look like he's like fatiguing or he's like slowing down, but he's really not. I think he's got the better cardio. His physical strength, I believe, can pose a problem for anybody in that division. We've seen Khamzat fade over the course of rounds before. I just believe Dricus has a really, really awkward way of throwing strikes that's not easy to time, get a read on. So I believe he will land. So I probably lean more towards DDP, but you can't count a guy like Khamzat out. I believe he's one of the best natural pure grapplers. He does have the ability to throw some hands too. So it's interesting.
Daniel Cormier said that this is a much closer fight than some might think, praising Du Plessis' awkward style and ability to create problems with his unusual attacks. He noted that questioning Chimaev's heart often triggers a fiery response, which adds tension and drama to the matchup.
Yeah, I think it's a great fight, and you're right. You want to Khamzat, call him scared. You want to make Chimaev mad, call him afraid of anything, and he'll come at you like a bat out of hell. I think it's a great fight. I think Dricus's awkward ability and his ability to create different angles to make you not recognize what you're seeing makes it a much tougher fight than most people may anticipate. A couple fights ago, everybody would have thought Khamzat would just run through Dricus Du Plessis. But if you today feel that way, you're out of your mind. If you today can openly say Khamzat Chimaev is just going to run through Dricus Du Plessis and is not going to be competitive, you have no idea what mixed martial arts is. This is going to be a fun fight. It's going to be a good fight, and I can't wait to watch it.
He also pointed out that while Chimaev and Du Plessis don't have a shared training history, the animosity between them is real. Cormier believes their clashing styles and heated energy will make this a high-stakes and intense battle fans should be excited for.
We know that these two guys don't like each other. We don't have the backdrop of them training prior like Strickland and Khamzat had, but you can tell they don't like each other. They are so completely different. And I think in that different is going to make for not only a good fight, but also a very fun build-up to the fight.
Chael Sonnen hinted that while he once picked Chimaev without question, he now sees Du Plessis as a real threat due to his growth and conditioning. He admitted Du Plessis is proving his greatness with each performance. Rainier de Rieder, who trained with both, agreed and said Chimaev will bring early pressure, but every passing minute favors Du Plessis.
De Renner has trained with both of them. He said there's going to be an early storm by Chimaev, but he believes Dricus can sustain the storm, and each passing minute favors Dricus. Now, what he's talking about is conditioning. If you asked me about that fight 2 years ago or a year ago, even 6 months ago, I would have quickly dismissed it and told you Chimaev. I would tell you Chimaev every single round. But I don't feel that way anymore. I feel and I'm seeing what other people are feeling and seeing. The greatness of Dricus, it is something that is now not only witnessed, but recognized.
Ilia Topuria spoke about his personal respect for both Khamzat Chimaev and Dricus Du Plessis, highlighting their friendship, sportsmanship, and the mutual admiration he has for their fighting styles. He also brought up the importance of Chimaev earning a title shot, praised his aggressive approach to finishing fights, and shared his excitement as a fan looking forward to the matchup.
He's the man. He's a savage. He calls him his shots. He finishes his opponents. When he goes inside the octagon, you know that that guy goes for the finish. He's not looking for the decision. That's why I respect Khamzat. He's a beast. So he deserves to fight for the title as soon as possible. We're gonna have an amazing fight because I love Dricus Du Plessis. He's a great human being. I have a great relationship with him. I have a great relationship with Khamzat also. But as a fan of mixed martial arts, it's gonna be a very exciting fight. I hope the best man wins, and I wish best of the luck to both of them.
Bo Nickel discussed the significance of dominant grappling in today's MMA, using Chimaev as a prime example of how wrestling can dictate high-level fights. He referenced other top-tier grapplers like Islam Makhachev and Merab Dvalishvili to support his point.
You know, just based on the styles, I just think the grappling style, you know, I might be biased. I'm definitely biased, but I think the grappling style is so hard to beat, and it's so hard to defend against. And I guess if you look at it from a analytical point of view, you have so many. It's really become the dominant force in the sport. You got Merab, you got Islam, you got Bilal, you got Khamzat. You even have you can even look at Topuria. Obviously, people know he's more of a boxing style, and he does a lot more striking. But his background is wrestling. You know, he did that before anything else, and so it's really wrestlers that are dominating, grapplers that are dominating the sport right now. And so I think that I would give the edge to Khamzat.
He also addressed the difference in experience when it comes to deep waters, noting that Du Plessis has shown he can go into the championship rounds, which could become a factor if the fight goes long.
But we still have yet to see Khamzat ever fight a fourth and a fifth round. We've seen that from DDP, and so that's where he would have the advantage. You know, if it goes deep, fourth and fifth round, I think that DDP might be able to pull it out, but all in all, I think the grappling style is definitely an overwhelming style to try to deal with.
Sean Strickland discussed the stylistic matchup between Du Plessis and Chimaev, focusing on grappling, Chechen wrestling, and how it can be neutralized with the right game plan. He emphasized that shutting down Chimaev's wrestling could shift the fight in Du Plessis' favor.
So those little Chechen, I don't want to say Chechen, he's not Chechen, he's Swedish, but those little Chechen whore, like, dude, they can grapple. And like someone like me, who I've been training these for years, I usually could counter wrestle and grapple them. So I just don't know if Dricus can be able to counter wrestle him.
Yeah.
But if he can, I think he wins all hands down, you know. I sparred the Chechen whore, like, hands down, I think Dricus wins.
He also stirred controversy with an offensive remark tied to Chimaev's background and religion, which overshadowed his technical breakdown and drew criticism for being disrespectful and Islamophobic.
But it's just gonna come down to, like, are you gonna be able to, like, stop that counter? Are you gonna be able to counter wrestle? And like, you can, it's not hard. You just gotta, like, it's not hard, but you know, I've been training these little terrorists for forever. So it's like, I just gotta know how to do it.
Caio Baralho focused on the unique nature of Chimaev's MMA wrestling, pointing out that most fighters prepare for standard takedowns instead of the unpredictable blend of pressure and movement Chimaev uses. He emphasized the need for deeper technical preparation and expressed strong belief that Du Plessis might not be ready for that level of intensity.
Khamzat fighting against Dricus. Who do you think he wins?
I think Khamzat is gonna win because I don't see anyone preparing properly for Khamzat. They are bringing wrestlers to train them to defend takedowns and all that, but Khamzat doesn't do the normal stuff. Khamzat doesn't do wrestling. He does MMA wrestling. It's different. You need to understand his system, what he wants next. You need to understand this first, and then you start to prepare for him. And I think Khamzat is gonna win for me.
Darren Till focused on Du Plessis' awkward style and strength, saying it causes problems for many fighters. Despite that, he predicted Khamzat would get a finish within 2 rounds. He mentioned recent conversations with Khamzat and plans to possibly join his training camp in Dubai, adding that Khamzat is aware of the challenge but confident in his ability to win early.
You think he beats Khamzat, your boy?
No, look, with respect, I'm never going to look past Dricus because he trains hard, he's super dedicated, he's super strong, and he's got that awkward style that doesn't make any sense. I think Khamzat will beat him inside the 2 rounds. I really do believe that. But look, Khamzat knows. I was speaking to Khamzat on the FaceTime the other day because I'm meant to be going out to Dubai to help with the camp. Khamzat knows it's a tough fight, but, you know, Khamzat trains like a beast. I do think Khamzat gets it in 2 rounds done. Do you know what I'm saying?
Azamat Bakoev spoke about how many fans tend to underestimate Du Plessis despite him being the champion. He acknowledged Chimaev's talent and ability to beat elite opponents, but sees this fight as very competitive. Bakoev slightly favored Chimaev with a narrow edge, suggesting the matchup is nearly even and hard to call.
Everybody underestimates the champion, Dricus Du Plessis, but I think it's going to be not easy fight for Khamzat Chimaev. But Khamzat Chimaev also strong. He destroyed a lot of fighters, and but I still think it's going to be close fight, and who knows who's gonna win? Maybe 55%. So it's Chimaev, like that.
Tim Welch shared his thoughts on Chimaev's composure and how it has improved over time, especially when facing high-level fighters. He also mentioned interest in a future matchup with Sean Strickland, highlighting Strickland's defensive skills. Regarding Du Plessis, Welch pointed out his unique ability to disrupt opponents mentally, suggesting that if he gets into Chimaev's head, the fight could become emotional and unpredictable.
I mean, I would love to see Khamzat versus Strickland too. Khamzat said in training, I submitted him multiple times. In a fight, it's a little different. And Strickland, you've seen Strickland get dumped before. He is an expert at getting up. He's really good wrestling, really good jiu-jitsu. But just like you said, can you survive the first 3 minutes with that dude? Gnarly. I miss the crazy Khamzat, but now that he's getting into these top 5 elite guys, I mean, it's probably better that he's not crazy Khamzat.
Dude, I mean, that looked like crazy Khamzat to me.
All week being respectful of the press conferences, respectful of everything.
Yeah.
It was a lot different than he used to be.
DDP has a way of poking at opponents too, though, so you might be able to pull that crazy Khamzat back out of him.
I'd love to see DDP beat him.
Kamaru Usman spoke highly of Chimaev's toughness and ability to handle pressure, referencing past fights with Gilbert Burns and himself. He described the upcoming bout with Du Plessis as a clash between two gritty, determined fighters and said it's one of the most exciting matchups on the horizon due to the intensity and high-level action it promises.
Chimaev, an incredible fighter, very, very, very tough fighter. Has been hit with a few tests. Obviously, myself, obviously Burns. So, and he's passed. So, I'm excited to see how that fight goes with himself and Dricus Du Plessis. I think that's a phenomenal fight. Both guys tough, extremely tough. So that's one of the fights I'm looking forward to the most this year.
Bilal Muhammad discussed Du Plessis' track record against strikers and pointed out his past struggles with wrestlers like Brunson and Whitaker. He predicted that Chimaev would dominate the grappling exchanges, but questioned Chimaev's cardio, calling it a major weakness. Despite that, he admitted Chimaev could still win early, though Du Plessis' durability and determination might make that difficult.
Dricus Du Plessis. But when you're looking at the guys he fought stylistically, right? He hasn't fought a guy who trying to take him down yet. It's all been strikers. His last two, it's Adesanya and Strickland. Like when he fought Brunson was killing him the first couple rounds. Yeah. And he just gassed. We've seen him get taken down by Brunson. We've seen him get taken down by Whitaker. He's gotten taken down by guys so easily. That's why I think Chimaev's going to walk through him.
I know that's your boy, but Khamzat has got some of the worst cardio in the entire company.
You don't need cardio if you finish a guy in 2 minutes.
But Dricus isn't going to get finished. He's got an iron chin and an iron will.
Jason Mayhem Miller examined the stylistic challenges in the Chimaev versus Du Plessis matchup, pointing out Chimaev's blend of kickboxing and elite grappling. He questioned whether Du Plessis can manage the wrestling pressure while striking effectively. Miller emphasized that conditioning and energy management could play a major role in deciding the outcome.
This kind of thing is, all right, so now do you counter wrestle? Do you find your striking exchanges working when you push the guy backwards? And can you do that without overshooting and getting taken down? Do you want to get taken down and make a scramble and this? No, probably not. Du Plessis has work cut out for him. Like, he has to kind of figure this enigma out of a dude who can kickbox pretty good with this European style kickboxing and also really high level grappling. I don't know. I think it'll come down to who's in the best shape, who's the best conditioned. That's really the end of that. Happy birthday, August 16th. We're going to see that one.
Joe Rogan spoke about Khamzat Chimaev's freakish athleticism and pressure-heavy style, especially noting his dominance at 170 pounds despite weight issues. He praised Khamzat's toughness in the Gilbert Burns fight and his relentless mindset.
Khamzat's a freak, man. Especially at 170. Dude, but he can't make the weight. He's too unreliable. He just needs to be a little bit more disciplined. Bro, 170, he's almost unstoppable. Even when Gilbert caught him on the noggin multiple times and dropped him, remember? Yep. Still kept going. Like that guy never stopped coming.
Rogan also gave credit to Du Plessis for being powerful and well-rounded with strong grappling, but questioned whether he can match Chimaev's elite wrestling level. He raised doubts about Du Plessis' ability to stop Khamzat's takedowns.
He can wrestle, he's got very good jiu-jitsu, he hits fucking hard, and he's a big, durable dude. But I don't know if he's going to be able to wrestle with that guy. Like, I don't know, man. The Khamzat skill is so high level, it makes me wonder.
He wrapped up by calling Chimaev the best wrestler in MMA and said moving to 185 pounds will likely help his cardio. Rogan believes middleweight is where Chimaev will be most dangerous.
Dana White confirms Khamzat Chimaev is next.
Dricus Khamzat is a pretty big fight that you guys could put on right now.
Yeah. I would give DDP the advantage over Khamzat right now.
Styles make fights, and you never seen Dricus fight. Good wrestler, and Khamzat's one of the best.
Khamzat just shoots from like 15 feet away and gets a hold of your legs. And you got to think his endurance is probably going to be better at 85 than it was at 70 because of the cut. For Khamzat, it's like 85 is really where he should have been all along.
But again, he gassed out against Usman. Usman went up to 85.
Usman's a world champion. You know, in the third round, Usman did what a world champion does. He rallied.
That's it for today's video. So what are your thoughts on this? What do you think about their upcoming fight? We would love to hear your thoughts on their upcoming clash. So share your thoughts in the comments section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video. Also check out our other videos on the screen right now.